Hello guys, welcome to the KaiCreative YouTube channel. My name is Kai. I'm really bored with this background over here. So it's time for a change. It's time for something a little bit more professional.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinking, she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos.
So I recently put some pictures up on my Instagram account and a lot of people asked me questions about my new studio space. I've actually had this studio for about 2 years now, and because of work, my own freelance business and family life, I haven't really had time to make it into the creative space that I wanted to. But with the 3 lockdowns that we've had in the UK, I've actually had time to sit down, to change the background here, to throw a lot of stuff out, to move things around and make it a bit more of a creative space. And today we're going to have a tour of the KaiCreative studios. I'm going to do a breakdown of my setup, what I work with, and generally what I use my creative space for. So let's get to it. So the first stop on the tour is my workstation. My PC is actually a custom built PC. It's a couple of years old now, but it's still pretty powerful. It's pretty okay. For my screens, I've got a 4K Samsung screen, I've got a 1080 LG up here, and for my streaming setup, I'm using a Canon M50 with the web app, for the Canon web app for streaming. I've got a Blue Yeti microphone as well. My actual screensaver at the moment is a poster I made for the short film, the Rocket Girl short film, which I made in lockdown last year with my family, which was pretty fun. One thing you might notice about my studio in particular is that there are a lot of different lights, and I have small lights like the Pixel G1S. I actually have 2 Amran aperture lights that you can see here with just gels on them, different panels. Softbox lights up here. Recently Godox sent me one of their high-powered lights, the SZ150R, and I'm really looking forward to trying that out. In terms of just studio lighting, there's just panel lights up here. We've got 2 more spotlights up here. We've got some smaller night lights up over here for, like, I want to say mood lighting, but that sounds wrong. For different, yeah, for soft lighting, that sounds better. So one of the things I have over here is a folding table, and this is really useful for doing things like product reviews and unboxing videos. It doesn't take up too much space. You just fold it away, have it here in this corner, out of the way, and then when I need it I can set it up. And also I've used it to set up like a Zoom studio before in the past, so I've had it here with my MacBook and everything else set up around it. And I think just having something like that is really useful if you're doing YouTube, or if you want like a little mobile setup that you can just move anywhere in the office.
Well, that was a fortuitous landing.
That is really loud.
Greetings. I hope you'll be joining me.
One of the things I did to try and enhance the room was to put up this wood pallet panel wall, and it's basically just pallet wood that I bought off a seller on eBay. I used a sander to sand it all down, to smooth it all down. It's not actually finished. I still need to put some varnish on there, so I bought some varnish to darken the wood slightly. I think it just looks good as a background. Something that can be blurred out in the background and doesn't look terrible is what I kind of went for with this. So with all the lockdowns in the UK, the gyms have been closed pretty much for a year almost, and what I've got down here is just a workout bench with some workout gloves and a bunch of different weights. Some of them are used to kind of keep these lights up as well. I've been doing weights about 2 or 3 times a week, and a lot of cycling as well to try and get some cardio going. And I've also got the Insanity program, so I've been pulling out 1 or 2 of those workouts that I really like to keep fit during these lockdown times. Like most YouTube studios, you need to ensure that you have an array of Nerf weaponry in your Nerf armory, because you never know when the studio is going to be stormed by hostiles. Wow. And it's not just a place where you have to work all the time. We have computer games on the PC, we've got Netflix and Amazon Prime in here, so it's a place where you can just chill, do some gaming, or watch a movie. Over here I have a framed picture of some Chinese landscape, and I actually bought this picture when I was living in China a few years ago, and it's really nice to have that up there. I think it's awesome. In this corner of the room we actually have the general dumping ground, so there's a bunch of products up here that I still need to make review videos for. I've got some screens up here that I can just put onto the stands over here if I want to put a green screen or just a black or white screen up. I have an array of different tripods and stands, and below that is just bags, and below that is just random stuff. So yeah, general dumping ground here, a place that I don't want to show on camera, but you know, it's a tour, so I thought I'd show you the basement of the office, which is over there. So as far as home studios go, this one isn't too bad. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. For example, the pallet wood at the back there needs to be varnished. And on top of that, the acoustics in here are terrible. There's a lot of reflected sound from all the flat surfaces. And I've ordered a bunch of foam from eBay to just dampen down the echo that I keep hearing back in my videos. When I'm doing review videos now, I use sheet material just in the background to try and absorb a lot of that reflected sound. Do you actually need a home studio to start creating content on YouTube? Well, of course not. When I started creating content back in 2017, I was in a small room, and what I used to do was sit at a table at an angle to try and get my head into the shot. And a lot of people mentioned that it wasn't a comfortable sitting position. When I shot across the room, I had to shoot across my double bed at a blank wall, and I was running around constantly to see whether my face was in focus or not, because there wasn't any dual pixel focus on the cameras back then. It was just a learning experience, and I feel like for you, all you need to do is just start creating content. Just start making stuff on YouTube if you want to do that, and eventually all these other things will fall into place. So what is your home studio like, or your creative space like? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if you've got any tips or tricks where I can improve my setup here, again, just leave me a message down in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, guys. All that I've got left to say is stay creative, stay safe, imagine, implement, and inspire. And I'll see you next time on KaiCreative.